Hi guys, Colesy, and today we're doing something a little different. I have been and bought myself a new toy. We've got a little steering wheel here, and I have a second camera specifically for pedals. That's right, I have bought myself a racing sim, so I can do some racing. I've been kind of getting back into watching Formula 1, and I guess as part of that and part of being in lockdown, I went a bit mad and decided that I was going to buy myself a bit of a sim racing rig. It turns out they're not cheap. So, you know, your guys' support and use of the code Colesy5 at PHPC to get 5% off, but also to help me out and support me would really be helpful, because like I said, yeah, this wasn't cheap to buy. That's not me bragging or anything. It was probably a mistake and bad use of my money, but I did it anyway because I was bored and it sounds fun and I want to kind of get into a bit of sim racing. I'm not a massive racing fan. I like my Formula 1, I like watching that, and I've been enjoying watching that this year. But I'm not massively into cars. I wouldn't say I was that good of a driver at all either. I'm no mechanic, that's for certain. So it's definitely a learning curve, me getting into these racing games, because I'm going to start off simple with, you know, just your brake and your accelerator without using a clutch. So I'm starting off simple. I did join a group on Discord, which has helped me to decide which wheel and stuff to buy, and hopefully I'll be maybe joining some races of theirs and stuff in the future. But today we're going to be playing a game called Assetto Corsa. Honestly, it's not a game I've heard of previous to me looking into sim racing. It seems to be a big sim racing game, and I've been playing a little bit in my own time, just like practice runs and stuff, and it's been pretty fun. So I figured that's as good a game as any to start off with and show you guys what the racing rig is like, and just show you what I'm like when I'm driving. Right, I'll take a Ferrari 458 GT2 around Silverstone GP. That's the plan anyway. I probably do know this track a little bit, not properly. When I say know this track, as in I probably recognize it a bit. So I'm just going to drive round and round and round it on my own, and I guess try and set a decent time. Sort of down in the bottom right-ish, you'll see these little bars. You'll see the blue one and the red one. These are my pedals. You'll see that as I'm pressing them with my feet, it ups them in the game. That's the accelerator. This green one. Oh, okay. Where we're going. Anyway, those are my pedals. So if you want to see exactly how much pressure I'm putting on those pedals, that's where you be looking. Figured I'd take a car around this track that I know well, obviously with the Ferrari, because yep, that's what I drive. But I don't know what I'm doing, don't know where I'm going on this track, so I'm just going to be sort of picking it up. I do have like all of the assists on, so it's on automatic, so I'm not actually changing gears myself because that's too complicated for me being a newbie and not knowing anything about cars. I do drive a manual car, but it's different driving on a normal road to on a racetrack where you're actually trying to go pretty fast. So and I have the racing line on, as you can see, so it tells me sort of when to brake. It's good for me to know what I'm supposed to be doing and when I'm supposed to be braking. So we're all good. But maybe in future that's something I can take off. Like once I get to know the tracks, then I'm sure I'll figure out like where you need to brake, what kind of speed you should be braking at what point, and then you don't need the lines anymore. The lines are there just really to help when you don't know anything, which is where I am at the minute. I pretty much don't know anything. Right, brake here. Don't want to brake too harshly, because if you brake too harshly, you lock up the tires and then you just end up skidding off, and that's not good. Okay, right, so let me explain a little bit more about the wheel and pedals I bought, I guess. So first, when I was looking into buying a sim racing kit, set, whatever you want to call it, rig, I don't know. Obviously, you can spend thousands and thousands, which I'm not going to do that because one, can't do that, and two, that would be irresponsible of me to do that when probably not going to be good at it. So it's not going to be like an investment. It's not going to return anything to me other than enjoyment, which, you know, fair enough. But yeah, I'm not going to like become a professional racer out of it or anything. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money on it. But, you know, I wanted something fairly decent, and I was looking originally at the Logitech I think it's the G920 and the G29. They're both the same, just one's for PlayStation, one's for Xbox, but both work on PC anyway, which is what I'm using it on. But that's what I was looking at originally, because they're sort of a cheap new option. By cheap new, I mean like if you buy it new, it's not overly expensive. I mean, it's still a couple £100. Actually, while I say that, because of Black Friday, it's actually there. I think I've seen them for like 150, 180 on Amazon. So if you're looking to get into sim racing, then now with those Amazon Black Friday deals on those Logitechs, it might be worth going to grab those. Anyway, in the end, after I joined the Discord group, which somebody on Twitter kindly linked me to, and I've been chatting on there a little bit, they were able to give me some advice on what I'd be looking for, what I needed, because originally I wanted to get those Logitech wheel and pedals and the gear shifter, the gear stick, because I figured, oh, that's going to be like real driving using a gear stick. Turns out when you're racing in these games, you pretty much don't want to use a gear stick. You want to use the flappy pedals on the back of the steering wheel if you're not using automatic. But yeah, it's very rare you're actually going to use the actual like H-pattern shifter. So didn't buy that. Might buy one in the future if I feel like that's something I want to do, but figured, okay, fine, I don't need that. So then I started looking at other options, and I ended up going with the Thrustmaster, was it T300? Yeah, that's what it's called. Thrustmaster T300. It's the GT version that I've got, I think, because I think that means it has the 3 pedals rather than having 2 pedals. So I have a clutch, which is here, which I don't use anyway, because like I said, I'm playing on automatic because I'm terrible and don't know anything. It's going to take me a little time to be able to get up the courage to be able to know the tracks, know the cars, know how to drive, know how to use a clutch while I'm doing it. Can use a clutch in a real car. Doubt I can use a clutch on a racetrack though, so keeping it simple, especially when I'm doing videos like this. Jesus. I've been watching some like sim racing YouTube people, mainly to see like what the games were like and like their setups. I mean, their setups are mad, but you know what I mean, like to see how it looked, it looked cool, and I wanted to watch other people play it, basically. That's how it works, and see what kind of games they were playing. Jeez, how do they talk and play games at the same time? I mean, I struggle in general anyway, like, I don't, especially when I'm driving and I'm having to fight the wheel. Anyway, so yeah, back to the wheel. Thrustmaster T300, it's the PlayStation version, which is why it's got a little blue here, but it doesn't matter because it plugs into the PC anyway, which I think the Xbox One does as well, except basically I can't plug this into an Xbox is the only issue, but I wasn't going to do that anyway probably because I play PC most things. So the reason I went for this wheel is because it's a Thrustmaster, so it has good reviews. I've heard good things about it from my little bit of research I did and from what the people on the Discord server told me. It's also, it's got force feedback. I mean, the Logitechs also have force feedback, but I heard that this was better force feedback, so I went with it. And like I said, it's got the 3 pedals and it's upgradable in future if I want. I can add like a gear shifter or a handbrake or stuff into the rig and be able to use it. I can also change the wheel if I buy extra wheels, so I can have like a Formula 1 wheel. I mean, they are quite expensive, but if that's something I wanted to do in future, I'm able to do that, which is part of the reason that I've got the Thrustmaster rather than the Logitech, because the Logitech, you are kind of pretty much stuck with the Logitech. I mean, you can, from what I can tell, you can upgrade it if you want to. You can change the wheel, but it is more of a mod than intended, so I didn't really want to mess around with stuff like that. Ugh! But force feedback, basically, force feedback is the car fights back against you. So it does sort of feel a bit more like realistic driving. So like if I really like, oh, see, I'm losing it now. That's perfect timing. Okay, we lost it in a wall there. That was perfect timing while I was talking about it, but basically you start to lose it and you can feel it in the wheel that the car is going, and you're trying to like correct it and fight it. And it's kind of, to me, the best way to explain it, this isn't necessary to play racing games, because I've played a bunch of racing games growing up, and I always played with a controller because I played on console. When you have something like this, something a bit more, I guess, like grounding in the game, it actually feels like you're more in the game, because obviously you're actually using a wheel and pedals to drive a car. It adds just that extra little bit to the game. The same kind of way that like VR, it doesn't change the game particularly, like it doesn't reinvent the game, but it is just a definite new way to play it. That's how I would describe VR, and I guess using a wheel in these kind of games is similar to that. Like, it's not changing everything completely, but it's adding enough to make it a new, exciting experience, I think. I think that's a good way to explain it. And it's just super fun to do. And as well, like, because the wheel's fighting you, and because, like, you've got, like, tire temperatures, which you can see are stone cold dead at the minute, then you've actually got these, like, adaptive things that you have, these features that you have to adapt to, like the cold tires. Also, if like you slam your brakes on too much, it will leave like flat spots on your tires. Like your tires will scrape flat spots, and then you can feel them through the wheel. You can feel like the bumping, and it just jitters around a bit more. It's really cool. Like I said, it kind of adds a new aspect to the game, and I think that's really fun. Now, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get like really good at sim racing. Probably not, because I'm just not good at video games in general, but I'm having a fun time doing it, and I'm hoping to like include myself in a few like races with people just for fun. My plan for this is I'm gonna make a few videos around using the wheel. I don't know whether I'm always gonna have like the double camera setup. I try to be as professional as I could be, like from watching these other YouTube sim racing people. I say other YouTube sim racing people, these actual YouTube sim racing people. I've tried to sort of imitate a little bit on how their system works, how their setup is. So I've got the foot camera. It's not as interesting. I'm not doing anything cool. I'm not doing like left foot brake. Well, no, I am doing left foot braking, but I'm not doing like the whole heel toe downshifting. That's what I meant. I'm not doing anything like that because, like I said, just using automatic. So basically, I'm playing with massive go-karts. But I don't know. I try to make it look as professional as possible. Doesn't mean I'm going to play professionally by any means. This wasn't really a purchase for content necessarily. This was more a purchase for my own entertainment. That doesn't mean I'm not going to make content with it, because I definitely will. I've got a few videos planned. I think I'm going to go through a few different racing games and just like try the wheel out in those and try out different styles of racing, because obviously like there's like track racing like this, there's off-road racing, there's rallying, you know, there's all types of different things. There's also different styles of games. There's more arcadey races, and then there's more simulation-y races. So I'm just going to be trying out a bunch of different games with the wheel and just having a good time. That's the doorbell. Okay, sorry, the postman turned up, had to answer the door. Took my jacket off though, because turns out it's really warm when you're doing this under lights and with a lot of talking. When you just sat here silently, it's not that warm racing, but, well, it is a little bit, because you still got to fight the wheel. It's almost like a mini exercise. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as your daily exercise, but it's definitely something. I've really messed up this Ferrari a bit, haven't I? Oh yeah, I have. Okay, so what's my lap time at the minute? 2:35. That's probably awful, and any sim racers who are watching this, please don't bully me about my rubbish times. I know I suck. Maybe I'll get better. It's like a passion project, I guess you could say. It's more, I think this would be fun to do, so I'm going to do it, you know? Now, some of my content is like that. Some of my content is, I mean, all of my content I enjoy making, but some of it is more, I'm trying to think of a video that I think would do really well and would really, you know, really bang with the audience, I guess, and get as many views as possible while trying to be fun or informative or whatever. But then there are some videos that I'm always going to make anyway, no matter whether they get no views at all, just because I want to make that video. And I don't feel like that's really going to change. That's kind of how I am now, and I'm happy with how that works in my brain. So it's not all about the views and the numbers. It's nice to have big numbers, but also it's just fun to do things you want to do for fun. I feel like I'm on a decent lap at the minute, so let's see if I can beat this 235. I did 236 last lap. So I was less than a second off, I think. See if we can beat it on this lap. Again, yeah, tyres, stone cold. Stone cold tyres. Tyres are supposed to be warm. It helps them grip. Tyres are definitely not warm. They are blue, which means ice cold. Okay, right. I was a little skiddy, but we did make it. See, I can feel like there's all these little notches in the wheel. By that, I mean just like the feedback it's giving me. It's giving me all these little bumps and stuff, which I assume is just telling me that my car is dog dirt. Maybe I'll go for like one lap completely silent and just like absolutely gun it. I was a bit late braking and see if I can like smash whatever time is my best time. I think this one might be my best lap as long as I don't stuff it up here. Yeah, this is definitely the best lap. There we go. We shaved a good old bunch of time off. We saved 11 seconds. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, I forgot to brake for that corner a little bit. It's fine. Wheel fighting me a little bit there. Oh, no. Right, we're going off. Hang on. I can do it. I can save it. And by save it, I mean not slack. Oh, no. Hang on. I've gone off the other side. Okay. Oh, we've gone off the track. Big time. Okay, we hit a thing. It's fine. Okay, we're back on. The wheels are warm. The tyres have warmed up a little bit now, though. You can definitely feel the tyres are losing it now. Oh, yeah, we're going. I'm not going to be able to save this. I'm not going to saving it. I was 6 seconds down, and I went across the line sideways. Right, let's pull over for a minute. See that? See that little graphic there? That shows that I was skidding. Okay, right. Let's go back to the pits. We'll go out again. We've got to do like an out lap. Because this, I mean, obviously we're already 26 seconds into a lap, so this is not going to be our fastest lap for sure, but this is merely just a lap to really just get round the track and get ready for a good lap next lap. That's the idea. I'm going to go quiet for this lap to see if I can do a really, really good one. Across the line. Right, here we go. Best time ever. Smack that out of the way, didn't need it anyway. Okay, I'm riding the brake a bit there. That was bad, but I think so far it's okay. I'm trying to brake as late as possible. That's the idea, like the later you brake, well, makes sense really. The less you slow down. And then you can get back on the accelerator on the way out. Whoa, skiddy. Skiddy, boys. Alright. Cut the corner there. Follow the line. Nice. And we'll brake here. It's probably still too early, but I felt confident in braking there. As in, if I went any further, I would have not felt confident and I would have been scared. Alright, we're going to brake here. Oh god, that was, yeah, that's a bit squirrely. That's fine. Alright, just gonna give it a little tap of brake. Sometimes I'm not braking, I'm just coming off the accelerator. I don't know if that's the best idea. Again, not professional at this by any means. Tyres are still fairly cold. One of them is kind of almost green, but not. Brake! Okay, felt like I could have braked a little later there because I had to come back on the accelerator before I started turning into the corner, but fine. I know I said I'd be quiet, but honestly, sometimes talking helps. That felt slow, but it felt controlled, so I don't know. Oh, this is looking to be our best lap. Yeah! There we go. A 2:19. Hang on, how do we donut? I forget how to donut. Alright, if we put the clutch in and just rev it, spin it to the side. There we go. That's right, now we're cool. We're donuting. Oh, the wheel's going mad. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. That was just a little bit of acceleration. You'll see that those tires red hot now, which also means that they have basically zero grip. Right, we'll brake there. We brake. Okay. Slow down off the accelerator. Fully on the accelerator. A little bit of a drift. Little bit late braking there. That's going to cost us some time. Oh, don't lose it. Lost it. Let go of the wheel. Oh, I've really lost it. I smashed this. I've mullered it. There we go. Right, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. There will be some more content coming up with me playing with this because it's fun. It's fun for me to do. Hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Let's rev the engine. Yeah.